Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making Vietnamese Crunch Salad with lemongrass chicken. For our chicken, I have a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. These are kind of thick boys, so we're going to slice them and butterfly them so they cook a little faster and the marinade takes more. So just lay your hand flat down on your cutlet, make a little slit in your chicken, and then just go in and score until you're almost all the way through your breast. And be sure to remove any excess fat and do that to both of your chicken cutlets and then pop them in a Ziploc bag. So for our marinade, I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. This is going to add a funkiness, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce for the salt, 1 tablespoon of neutral oil. And then I have 3 dried kaffir lime leaves. Now these aren't edible, but they add this gorgeous aroma and flavor. Just crumbling those up as well and adding them in. We need 1 stalk of lemongrass, taking off those woody bits, taking the back of our knives and just bashing this to start releasing those essential oils, and then just giving these a nice little rough choppy chop. We also need 2 cloves of garlic, again just giving a little smash, get out any stress, giving these a rough choppy chop as well, because we're gonna shake this off before we cook our chicken. So we can add those to the bag, and last but not least, we need the juice from 1 lime. I was very lucky these limes had no seeds. So we can add that to our marinade bag as well. And then we're going to close this up and we're going to squeeze out as much of that air as possible. We want to pop this in the fridge. I like to put mine in a tray that's large enough to hold this, just in case there's any leakage. We don't want cross-contamination. But we're going to let it marinate for about 4 hours, just going in, flipping the bag around and giving a little bit of a massage during that time. Now for our dressing, we need the juice of 1 lime, so I'm giving this a nice little roll to encourage those juices to release. And then just using a citrus reamer to transfer it and squeeze it into this little bowl. We also need to grate in 1 clove of garlic. I like using a microplane for dressings and garlic because it breaks it down a little bit more. It releases more of that garlic juice and you're not getting large chunks of garlic. To this, we're going to add 1/4 cup of fish sauce for saltiness and funk, 1/4 cup of a neutral oil, 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of white sugar. And then I'm just going to use 2 because these are bird eye chilies. They're really spicy, but you could use jalapeno or serrano, giving these a nice fine chop as well. Then going in and whisking this so this all emulsifies so that sugar melts. You also want to go ahead and give this a taste. Once you've mixed this all together, you're going to have to mix it again before you pour it on your salad. But just adjust the saltiness, the sweetness to whatever you like. So I wasn't going to do anything fried because I've done a lot of fried videos lately, but fried shallots on the salad just are heaven. They're a little smoky, a little sweet. So we're just chopping our shallot, just 1, up into a disc, little disc shapes, and we're going to add this to a cup of cold oil. We're going to heat this up gently on the stove. You want to start with cold ingredients for this. So over medium-high heat, we're just going to bring this up to a small simmer, and you want to see those bubbles. That means all that water is releasing from your shallots. And these are going to brown up faster than you think, so you do kind of have to babysit them. Once they're nice and brown, we're going to take these out and drain them on a paper towel. Do not throw away that shallot oil. Use it to cook. There's so much flavor packed in this. We're actually going to lubricate our grill pan with this, but you could do scrambled eggs with this oil. It's just really delicious. Now for the salad itself, we need 1 large head of napa cabbage, giving it a really good rinse. So I like to take the small inner leaves, give these a nice little choppity chop up into a nice fine shred, fine-ish, this isn't super thin, adding it to my salad bowl. Then for the larger leaves, I like to stack them on top, cut them in half, and give these a nice chop as well. I include that inner core because it adds just another texture to your salad, and it's nice to have little fun textures running throughout. Next, we have 1 red bell pepper or green, it's up to you. I just like the color of this. Chopping off both ends, and then just taking out the core and the seeds. These little pieces I like to call snacks for the chef. And then we're going to julienne this into nice thin strips. You can add that to the bowl. We also need some carrots, and you know my love affair with rainbow carrots, so that's what I'm using. But if you just have regular carrots, that's fine. This is such a vibrant, colorful salad. But rainbow carrots, I mean, look at this. It's amazing. So just giving those a chop on the bias, and then just chopping these up into little matchsticks as well. How colorful this salad looks already. Now I want to add some freshness and some surprise in the salad. So I have a cup of mint and a cup of cilantro. Giving these a really good rinse. I'm just pulling off the leaves and adding this into our salad as well. It's always that nice little surprise bite when you get a hit of mint in this and a hit of cilantro. They're like, that is so refreshing. And it just adds so much flavor. So just pulling off the leaves and adding this directly into the bowl. Now I have these small little Kirby cucumbers, but if you have a hothouse cucumber, you can definitely use that. You can choose to take out the seeds. I don't mind them because these are so small. So I'm just chopping these into thin planks. And then into a nice little julienne. I also have some Thai chili peppers that I'm giving a chop to. You can leave those out, but I like that little Thai bite in the salad. I'm only using 2 Thai chili peppers. Again, you can use serrano or jalapeno, whatever you have on hand. We can add this in as well. Please, people, season your salads. It makes it taste so much better. That salt just brings out all of those flavors. That pepper adds a little bite. We're going to season this with salt and pepper, give this a really good mix, and we're going to let it sit while we prepare the rest of our salad. This is also going to help start to wilt down that cabbage as well. I have a little grill pan heating up on the stove. We are going to season this with a little of our shallot oil, which is delicious. And we're going to just lay down our chicken cutlets. And we're going to cook these for about 5 to 8 minutes, depending on how thick your chicken is. Flipping these over and you can see that gorgeous color. You could also use a saute pan if you don't have a grill pan. If you can grill these out on the stove or out on the grill, even better. So once they're cooked, we're going to let them rest for 5 minutes. At this point, we can dress our salad. Mix up your dressing again because it may have separated. We're only going to use half of the dressing because we don't want to over dress our salad. Give this a really good mix. And you also want to taste this. Add more dressing if you want to, and we're gonna let this sit for 5 minutes, about the same amount of time as we're resting our meat, because we want, again, to wilt down that cabbage a little bit more and for that flavor to integrate. So now we can just cut up our lemongrass chicken into whatever form shape that you like, and that looks perfectly cooked. Now to plate in a nice large bowl, I'm adding a really healthy serving of our salad itself. And it is so beautiful with all those bright colors. Topping this with our lemongrass chicken. Dressing with a little bit more of our lovely dressing. Adding in our fried shallot, a little peanut, and some chopped scallions. Now let's go ahead and give this a taste. That chicken breast is moist and tender. Chicken breast can dry out really quickly, but with all the marinade that we added in, it locked in all that juiciness and we let it rest. The cabbage is crunchy and satisfying. You get little pops of mint and cilantro and that garden of all these fresh vegetables. This is exactly what I needed. Something just a little lighter, a little fresher, and that fried shallot adds just the sweet smokiness to this entire dish. But there it is, Vietnamese Crunch Salad with lemongrass chicken. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you loved it, subscribe and hit that notification bell because I put out new videos every Thursday. Thank you again, and until next time, happy cooking. One very good piece of advice that I always follow is do your dishes as you go. Future you will thank you for it later.